I said no. Jen Elledge here, sexual health expert and founder of the Talk Institute, here to help you talk to your kids about sex and growing up. Here with another book review, and this book, I am so glad I got this. I want to tell you a little story first. There's a few consent books that I came across, and I literally looked in my local library, like the whole district of the library, and nobody carried any of them. And then I looked at a major book chain, and they didn't have them available either unless you bought them online. So nothing in the stores. And I was really shocked that there was nothing, because I thought this was a pretty current issue about consent. So I'm not sure how families are talking to their kids about this stuff, but I don't think they're reading books. So maybe they don't know that this one exists. This is an awesome one. This is a great first talk about consent. It's written with a boy who had something inappropriate happen at a sleepover at 5 years old. And he writes this book with his mom. So they wrote it together. And what's really cool is you hear the tone of the boy. So it's written like a kid talking to a kid. So it's very simple, and it had some really neat places in it. So let me go ahead and dive in and tell you a little bit more about it. There is a preface that will tell you about, normal curiosity, what's normal versus when is it dangerous. So what are some warning signs to look for, okay? So it kind of addresses that in the preface. It also tells you how to use the book. So it's written so you can have more conversations. So you don't want to do it on one sitting, even though you could. I think it would work better if you spaced it out and you had one conversation and then put the book away, and I don't know, a month later bring it out again and talk again. Okay, so let's take a look. There's some more resources too if you want to check out the website to get a vibe for the book as well. It says, my name is Zach and this is my mom. I had a not so good time in a sleepover party last year. Mom always said, keep your privates private. So what are privates? So it talks about, it's basically what's covered by your underwear, an undershirt. And it says there's some special rules. There's rules about your privates. So it talks about who can see your privates, when would it be appropriate. So when your baby, like grown-ups that care for you, are going to change your diaper and wash you, and that's okay. And it says the doctor may look at and examine your private parts too. And then it talks about red and green flags. So and I love how this is just written so simply, because maybe the kid really is talking to another kid, that I think it's just really a great book. What do I mean by green flag people? So that I can remember all this important stuff, I imagine something funny in my brain. Imagine a ship sailing on the ocean and a funny little sailor. The funny little sailor is putting a green flag up over a ship. The ship that sails with a green flag on the ocean means all is safe. There are gentle seas. Everything is okay. You feel safe and comfortable. You are happy, smooth sailing ahead. But when a red flag is raised on a ship, there are dangerous seas ahead. Red means bad. Red means stop. Red means danger. Okay, so, and red flags should go up on your ship if you are with someone and you find yourself feeling upset, uncomfortable, lonely, sad, angry, scared, yucky, or in danger. So basically, after it defines that, it goes into the difference between threats, bribes, and treats. So when you do something, well, a teacher gives you a lollipop, that's fine. But when someone says, if you pull down your pants, I'll give you $50, that's not fine. That's a bribe, right? And why you wouldn't want to do that. And there's a bunch of what if scenarios. Okay, so there's a what if for all kinds of people. If it were somebody like a friend, if it were, there's a thing of an example about a babysitter. If they asked you to play show and tell and look at your private parts, what should you think? What should you say? What should you do? Think danger, red flag. Say no, no way. Be loud and clear. do get the heck out of there if you can. When your parents get home, make sure you tell your mom and dad something happened that was very bad. Maybe you would like to talk about a safety plan now. So that's your teachable moment after that, which is great. And it says, if you're visiting your cousin goofing around online and he shows you a video that has naked people in it, what should you think? What should you say? What should you do? So it's a really current example, right? Like, I'm sure that happens a lot where videos are shown to other kids. If someone threatens you and you feel scared, wait until you're alone with a trusted adult, then be brave and tell the person about it. So it has you think of red flag, what like a red flag person might say, and who are the green flag people in your life. So anyways, he talks at the end that this was his story and what happened to him with the little 5-year-old boy. He says it's not your fault. Tell someone you trust. Here's other trusted relatives, other adult relatives, neighbors, police, teachers. It tells them to call 911 if they need to, and telling makes it stop. Here's the 911 page, okay? So, oh my gosh, this is just so cool. I'm so glad I had to buy this book to even do a book review on it because I couldn't find it, right? And I'm happy. I'm gonna read this to my son. What age would I start reading this? Well, the story talks about a boy who was 5 when he went over to his first sleepover, so maybe that was too late, right? Even if when you're reading it, it feels like such a adult topic. You want kids to hear stuff before you think they're quite ready. So even if you're planting seeds, even if they don't get all of it, if you need to make it simpler, for lack of a better word, dumb it down a little bit, or take some pieces of the story out, or don't use all the examples, that's fine. Just get the conversation started. I'd say as early as 3 and 4 years old, this is a great book to start talking about private parts and keeping private parts private, and who should not be asking to see your private parts or touch theirs. Like, it's so good. Get this book, okay? Jen Elledge, sexual health expert, with another book review, and I'll see you in our next one. Bye-bye.